Hey guys, welcome to Tea with Derick, and this is the first episode of this podcast. Um, the main reason of me actually creating this podcast is for me to actually be open with anything I want to say, and kind of going through the whole process of what's happening in the world, or how's teenage life going, cause going into teenage life, and I'm still going through it, and I'm kind of I'm going to be speaking about it, but it's not it doesn't mean that I'm already done with it. So it's just like a process of how it is going in teenage life, and I'm just going to be talking about it. And this is not only going to be me in this podcast, because um there is going to be some people coming into the podcast, my friends and stuff, and anyone generally who wants to just come into the podcast, you just ready to hit me up, oh, I want to come into the podcast, or I could just text someone and ask them if they could come into my podcast. So I don't really have a plot of what I'm going to be talking about today. I want to recall with what's just happening in the world, and how life is going. So I'm gonna start with what's happening in the world, what has been, how has 2025 been, yeah, and then I'm gonna go into more deeper stuff, because I want to start with a cool, you know, era of what's been happening. Ooh, that went on me, right? Um, so I feel like going into 2025 is I'm going into year 10. I was like, wait, I was in, wait, I was on, what's it called? I'm going into year 11, and I'm gonna be done with year 11, and then next year, I'm gonna be writing my actual GCSE, which is kind of stressful. You have so much pressure on you, my parents and stuff, and they just, they obviously will push hard on you to actually do GCSE, and yeah, I feel like even if you don't actually pass with GCSE, but if I say this, my mom will go mad and stuff because she wants me to actually pass the GCSE. But I feel I like the process of education, and I don't like I don't like how everything just, you know there's just some questions that you can't even do, but that's, you can't change that. But I like the fact that in the education system they still give you um a chance of you going to college and then succeeding in your life, and you know trying, and there is some people in the world that didn't even have a qualification of getting into somewhere, and they're so successful. So that gives me um motivation of the fact that you could still continue with what, you could still continue your dream even if you don't have the right qualifications. And that links more to social media, because the way social media, it pays you now, and it pays people for the talent and stuff. But for content creation, it's not like a talent. It's, anybody could do content creation, and even if it's not your right aesthetic, and I mean not other people's aesthetic, you're still gonna make money from that. Or um if it's from making funny videos and that, yeah. And throughout this year, I have had the most trauma going through like friendship moments. Like I don't think in this like first episode I'm gonna like talk about like my friendship and stuff. Like I feel like I'm just gonna go into like more stuff that I like literally like everybody knows about, or yeah, cause through this like process of like, oh my god, what am I being trying to say? Wow. Anyway, so the reason I started this is cause like I just want to say everything that I feel comfortable saying, and if I'm gonna name drop someone, like it's name drop someone, I'm obviously gonna ask them, oh well, I wanted to do this podcast and then wanted to say this about you, blah blah blah. Yeah, because I feel like most people when they do podcasts, they just name drop you, like, but I feel like sometimes it's not a deep thing when it's like something that's publicly known for you to be doing, or like your best friend just knows that you talk about, or your friend or anything, or your sister or anything. But I feel like in the friendship, era of me in the 2025, I've mostly like experienced a lot of trying too hard to impress someone into like, to impress someone into like, you being the person that texts your friend, like the person that you're friends with. Um, I feel like I've went through that process of like me being the one to first text and then like, oh let's go out, or let's go out. But I feel like this year, like this end bit of the year, I've went through the process of actually finding someone who is my friend, and like we have the same energy. We just vibe, and it's kind of like really I'm kind of like my childhood. Wait, how can I start to this? I would kind of like my childhood me would be proud of me because throughout the years I've moved houses, moved cities, moved countries and stuff, and it's kind of like a, oh my god, what am I stuck in this like anyway? It's kind of like a process of like getting to find someone who actually matches your vibe, and who actually like um is your friend, and someone who would be there for you even when you didn't ask them or tell them, and they will just see you in your face and then just say, oh well, are you okay, and blah blah blah, and like all of that. So I feel like it's kind of like a process, but I do feel like it takes time for you to find someone that is actually your friend. Like it takes time to find someone who would actually be there for you, instead of you forcing yourself into someone. I don't mean it that way, like forcing yourself into like a friendship, and forcing like words. Like let's say you want to go out with your friend. So I feel like I went through that process. ASMR. Yeah, I feel like I went through that process, and like I just I'm just proud of myself of like the way I've actually like tried to put my emotion into practical work. Because one thing I thought about like depression, because we do, as us as teenagers, we do go through depression, and it's something that like you could end up doing things like killing yourself. But no, I don't, I feel like you should not kill yourself. Change the, let's say you have emotions that you're going through that depression. I feel like you should just put them into practical work, like go. Oh my god, what? Anyway, let's just start. What was I gonna say? Anyway, so the emotions that you're dealing with and like the depression, put it into practical work and like, you know, change that into something that like don't depend on people. Like I feel like with me, I've depended on so many people, and I feel like there's no point depending on someone who's only gonna be in your life just to like text you sometimes and like not even checking on you, just like a side friend request, not friend request, wait, a side friend. So I feel like you should not keep depending on people because going through like depression and then like having a friend who doesn't check on you, they might not know what you're going through, so you might as well not like blame them because some people could just come to school with like a big smile and they're like, okay guys, we had a little situation there with my iPad, so that was probably the car. Well, I don't know where I left off because I didn't watch the video again. But I think I was talking about like going through emotional depression and stuff. So as I was saying, I feel like with like the whole emotional like depression and stuff, and like everything that's like going on, like let's say your friend doesn't even know about like the the emotions that you're going through, like the depression you're going through. I feel like I've gotten to one point where I have went through depression, and then I've just I've just felt like I've just changed that into like a practical way of me just me changing that depression into practical work and trying to spend time with myself and spending time with myself and then going through a process that I don't actually need people to make me feel better. Like I I I went through the process of like just I don't know how to structure this, but spending time with yourself, becoming your own friend. Like some people like put that as a sad thing. It's not a sad thing, but sometimes a way of feeling empty, but you just need something to do. Like for example, therapy, painting. You could do a lot of stuff by doing that, but I just feel like you could just not depend on people because people might change into like being a different person like at one point because we're all growing up as teenagers. We're not all going to be the same because we're all changing into people who are becoming older people. So which is the most thing that changes us, and we're especially still like processing what style we want to be. Like for clothing wear, like what kind what kind of clothes you want to wear, like what you want to do, what kind of person you want to go parties, like yeah, you're a family person or like yeah. And one thing I've realized about me, yeah, every time it gets to the end of November to my birthday, I always cry. I don't know why. Well, like I thought this year has been crazy. Like it started as like going smooth, everything's so good. Like summer, summer was a last year. Summer was so crazy because I hate my neighbors. Because like there was a whole controversy about like they had fights. There was like fights, and then yeah, there was fights between my brothers and like the neighbors. So every time I hear something, I have to go there and like defend them. Obviously, they will call you words, obviously, and then like they speak a different language, and like every time I do the process, I speak a different language too. Every time I try to defend them, it's you know, it's a bit shaky. It feels like an eighth grade. Like, oh wow, like what's happening? Like, so I feel like I've went through so much, things that have been happening this year, and I don't know what's coming, but hopefully it's good. But um, recently I have my grandma has passed away, which has actually been the hardest thing ever because she was my best friend. Like, she was the most out of my family. She understood me. Like, I could not describe how she was literally my best friend. I love her. Like, you may rest in peace, grandma. I love her. And it's kind of like a hard thing for my mom too, because she it's her mother, and so it's kind of like hard for her sometimes to get over it. Well, I it's something that you can not get over anyway. So yeah, I don't think I could ever like get over the the death of my grandma. But I feel like sometimes I try to not think about it because it's kind of like putting me down sometimes. But yeah, so like on her funeral day, because she lives in my country, which is Botswana, it's in Africa. Yeah, so on her death day, my sister put like this picture on she posted a video on YouTube, and then she put like the picture on the TV. So every time I kept showing the picture of her, I kept crying. So I feel like, and the day we known that something happened, it was actually on the morning, and it was actually the worst thing ever because it was so like literally bad because I literally cannot believe that she actually left us, but I still do think that she's still with us because I love her. Like, I cannot like get over the fact that I actually lost her, because and I had so many like dreams with her. Like, I will I was like, when I was growing up, I used to talk to her and tell her that, oh, I'm gonna get a big house. Me and her, we're gonna go on holiday and stuff. Like, I had so much stuff and like that I was going to do with her growing up, and sometimes it just feels like I cannot do anything for myself because I always thought I was always gonna do everything with her because I was so attached to her, and I I do still believe that she is still with me and my family because it's my grandma. She is gonna be with us, but I can't obviously see her, which is the hardest part of like the whole process of going through that. Yeah, it's so like sad to try to get over it, but obviously I can't get over it, and it's it's like it's a process of like trying to, but I feel like at the same time her death, because she had like pains, like I don't know, she had a medical condition, like it's not a medical condition, but she fell like when I don't know, like years ago, but she fell, and after she fell on her knee, she it was a pain that she couldn't like get a surgery for, and it was just a pain, and then she went to the doctor and stuff, and so I don't know, Like I feel like she she went away for freeness, because I feel like she just went through more emotions, because I've been so like attached to her, and like I've been, you know, yeah, I've always been with my grandma. Like every weekend when I used to live with my when I'm yeah, well, I'm still living with my mom, but my mom would always take us to her house like every weekend. And every weekend I would leave there. She would always like take 20 quid or like 100 quid and then put it in my pocket and then like say not don't tell mom and stuff. But I feel like she just went away just for freeness. I don't know how to describe it, but I think you guys would get what I basically mean. But rest in peace. And one of the most saddest part about this month is because on the 22nd of November it's her birthday, and every birthday I would always literally like surprise her with something. But yeah, and on the same month, me and my mom we bought her like loads of clothes, and my mom bought this like big scarf, and then she gave it to me before we sent her. And then she like, cause her room didn't have space in her room, she didn't have like much space, so she told me to go put it in my room, and it's literally folded in the corner there. Like I was literally gonna send it to her, but yeah, I feel like it's something that I cannot get over. Like I was gonna like literally like call her, and she was, and the day before she died, my my mom and my sister were speaking to her because she went to the hospital, she couldn't breathe, and I feel like in my country the hospital system is really bad. Because tell me why my grandma couldn't breathe, and then they just told her to go home, and then the next morning she wasn't alive. Like I feel like it's a bad system. It pisses me off so bad. Like I feel like it just it really gets on my nerves, because that really hurt me. Because how why do you let someone go home while they have a breathing problem at the moment? It's just so bad. And sometimes it hurts me when I see my mom. Excuse me. It hurts me when I see my mom in that like devastation of like the whole process. Like sometimes she can't even do her work. Like she has a back problem. My mom. She can't even like do her course because she does like a medical course. She can't even do that. But yeah, I feel like it's a messed up whole situation. I am gonna move on into like a topic that I'm actually gonna talk about. Okay, next topic I'm actually gonna talk like start I don't have an actual topic, but I'm just trying to because it's my first episode. I'm just trying to think about what I could go into. Cause guys, I am recording this like really late, so yeah, and my mom went out, so I kind of have to like lower the voice when I hear someone like walking or something. Cause I don't know what I should actually start talking about. Okay, I feel like I should just start to talk about what's going on in the social media. Um, I'm gonna just start talking about like I don't know if like should I say this, like should I say it? I'm gonna talk about the Charlie Kirk death, cause I feel like he was a very like I didn't like watch the full videos of like what he was saying, but I did hear like I did see some clips in TikTok of like the really bad thing he was talking about. Like um he was talking about so there was like this girl, yeah, she was asking him if he would let his daughter have the baby even if she didn't want to, if she got raped. And I feel like it's a messed up thing. Cause um there's even this shut down women's thing in South Africa, and I advise everybody to just like change that profile picture to profile to protest for this, because you can like obviously go there, but yeah, I feel like it's a way of actually like showing the fact that we have we have women have their rights, because I feel like women, they're actually like the hardworking people, because like they like my mom is a woman, and I feel like she has like, well, obviously yes, but like I feel like she has went through processes like a lot of like I don't know what to describe, like how to describe the situation, but I feel like she's went through hard work, because obviously she's my mother, she brought me into this world, and then like she has like 7 kids, and then she like her hard work and money, like if she wasn't here, I couldn't even be in this room. I could not even be filming this video. I could not even be like having a phone. Like I could not even be laying on a bed. Like or I could not be wearing this. So I feel like we should just like protest for human rights. Cause yeah, I feel like we should. And about the Charlie Kirk, I feel like it's a messed up system for him to say that. Well, obviously he's dead. Like I don't like. Cause I don't know if you can hear me, but my mic is dead. But if you can hear me, wait, hold on. I'm gonna check if you can actually hear me. Cause last time I did this and it didn't actually work. But my mic is actually going on my nerves. Guys, my mic is basically dead. I don't know if you can hear me, but I am gonna continue about what I just said, and then that's probably gonna be the end of this video. So about the Charlie Kirk situation, I feel like I don't collide with violence, but I feel like wait guys, hold on. Wait. I'm filming this at night. Okay, anyway. So I feel like they should have like, killed Trump instead. Mm-hmm. Okay. No, like I do feel bad for his children, but I feel like they should have not like, I feel like he should not have said that, because that is really not good. But yeah. So in the next episode, I am gonna go into depth about like what I'm gonna talk about. But this is probably gonna be the end of the video. But next time will be like an hour vlog. But guys, thank you for watching Tea with Derick. Make sure to stay tea and subscribe.